Alright, so movie tie-in games. In the early 2000s, whenever a movie came out, there was always a video game based around the movie that had come out. And trust me, in Season 2, I'm going to talk about a few of those. Might be one or two, but we'll get there when we get there. But the first movie tie-in game I actually ever remember playing was that of Small Soldiers. So what's the premise of this game, you're wondering, Nick? Are we going to be like every other movie tie-in game where we get to choose our side of characters, or maybe they've already had it to where we get to play each different parts of the movie, getting to play as both Commandos and Gorgonites? No. Maybe you're also wondering, well, maybe it's like a tournament fighter that you can do where, you can choose between any Commando or Gorgonite, or maybe you can create your own Commando or Gorgonite and just fight your way to the top at different locations from the film. Sadly, that's not the premise of the game either. No, actually, the developers of this game decided to make this an invasion story where you have the Commandos somehow have not only discovered, but they have invaded the vast lands of Gorgon, and it's up to you to take control of the character Archer, and not only rescue, but team up with your Gorgonite brethren, explore the vast lands of Gorgon, and be able to take care of this Commando elite threat. That's right, they actually took a premise from the movie and they based the whole game on it. They heard, hey, they talk about Gorgon a lot. You know what? Let's just take that idea and just gift wrapped it, make it, hey, let's just have this be in Gorgon. Here you go, gamers. And that is what they did. The premise of this game is each level you get to explore the vast lands of Gorgon while either rescuing or discovering one of your Gorgonite brethren and having them team up with you on occasion to deal with the boss fight in that level. Now, almost all the Gorgonites are here. You've got Archer, of course, you have Slamfist, you got Punch-It, you got Scratch-It, you got Insaniac, but you actually do not have the character of Troglodyte, I think his name was. I remember the toy called him Frankenstein, but he wasn't in the game, and it would have just been really cool if we would have been able to, see what we could have done with him, but I guess he might have been too hard to design maybe in that time. Who knows, right? Now on the Commando side, they're all here. We got Butch Meathook, we got Link Static, we got Brick Bazooka, Nick Nitro, and Kip Killigan, and of course the head honcho himself, which I don't know if they just took random clips from the movie that they didn't use and put it into the game, or if they actually called Tommy Lee Jones and had him come in and record new things for the game, but it sounds a lot like him. And yes, Major Chip Hazard, of course, is in this game, but they do recycle a lot of stuff in the game, and you actually end up coming face to face with him, like, I think in the 4th or 5th level. And you could say, well, it may not be the real Chip Hazard because he was different colored, maybe that might have been a clone or something, but it did kind of feel lazy that we were already encountering Chip Hazard early in the game, like when he should have been the main boss. He is the final boss, and all it is him, in this kind of big tank thing. That was another thing that this game did. You had certain vehicles, like little tanks, like little, walking tanks type of thing. So, at least they gave us that. They gave us, a cool ending boss fight. I think you had to kill him, in multiple different things. Who knows? But that's the whole premise of this game. You explore the vast lands of Gorgon to deal with the Commando elite threat. You come across either a Gorgonite that has been captured, and you save them, and they'll follow you throughout a different part of the level until they disappear, and you have to rescue them again. Or they are like these little tiny icons that you find, and you press R or L1, and when you do that, Archer will say something like Scratch and Unleash Your Fury, or Slam Fist Attack, or something like that. And you would deal with every Commando that was in that boss fight and some Commando artillery, like some Commando robots or a Commando warship or something. And each level was vastly unique. It wasn't the same place. It wasn't some with a different color design. There was even some levels that was like a ship. It was really cool. I really remember that. They really dug deep, and they had every single level be something different. They gave us the vast levels of Gorgon, and whenever you started each level, it would tell you what Commando you were fighting, what ship or whatever you were going to be able to either use or fight, and what Gorgonite you were going to be getting in that level. They really did a good job of giving us stuff like this. This game was so much fun, and the bread and butter of this whole game was the versus mode. That's right, they basically gave us Call of Duty but with Small Soldiers. I think you could only play as Archer and Major Chip Hazard though, but I just remember me and my friend Tyler, and he actually ended up getting the game. Our babysitter gave it to him, I think. But me and him, after school or before school on snow days or whatever, we would just be popping either in the not the dual disc, we would either be popping in the demo disc, although I have reviewed dual discs before. Anyways, we would pop in the demo disc and either play that, or we would actually just play the real game and we would do co-op mode. We would just fight each other all the time, and I don't know if like it had like a time limit, but all I remember is whenever Chip Hazard died, he would just shout, "Avenge me, comrades!" This game was so fun. It was based on one of my favorite movies as a kid. I didn't get to watch it that much because my parents, for some reason, just thought it might have been too violent or something. I really don't know. You could probably ask my fiance, and she could probably tell you something why they wouldn't let me watch it back then. Who knows? But guys, this is it. We wrapped up season 1. We finally did it. Stay tuned because season 2 is coming. And in that season, I will be discussing video games from that of the PS2 and maybe a little bit of Xbox and maybe the GameCube era. But guys, stay strong. Level up for level 2 because when we come back, we're going to be discussing about when the immovable force meets the immovable object in a world collide of SmackDown versus Raw. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you in the ring.